Left-Wing Kingz. Listen, think, act, repeat.
Welcome to the Left-Wing King podcast. Today we're discussing the raid on P Diddy's home, RFK Jr. trying to be presidente, and the situation in Haiti. I'm your head moderator in charge of HMIC Malik, and I'm joined today by my queen Walanda.
What up?
And King Ace.
What up? What up?
All right, let's get it cracking, people. Sean Diddy Combs, the legendary figure in hip-hop, known for his music, business, ventures, cultural impact, yada, yada, yada. He had his homes in LA and Miami raided by Homeland Security. Now, the searches were connected to an ongoing investigation by federal authorities in New York City. So, Ace, why were these raids conducted?
Man, P Diddy, man. I mean, we've been over this subject before, man. I think we caught it early, man. We talked about it a few months ago, man. And it just seems to me, man, like since that Cassie allegation came out, well, not allegation, but court case came out, man, you know, it's just gotten worse. I mean, you know, they raiding both your homes at the same time.
Yeah.
Like nigga, they raiding you like you pushing weight. You might as well have been pushing weight or doing drugs, man. I mean,
that's some coordinated shit to make sure that, you know, if you got shit in one house and not the other house, and you don't take it out the other house, they just do them both at once.
They tactical down, man. They got, you know, armored personnel vehicles pulling up with SWAT teams and shit.
Yes,
got your boys on the curb with
you know how
handcuffs.
You know how they justified that shit?
What?
They said that basically because P Diddy has a history of weapons charges and things like that, that justified that he could be armed and dangerous. So they came in there like the motherfucking military.
They wasn't playing with him. Well, and I mean, and all of it's like sexual stuff. So I mean, I don't think they even like, you know, I'm not saying those aren't violent crimes, but it's not like you said, like if he was like a drug kingpin, then okay, I see how you're rolling in there, you know.
Right. Well, they did say allegations of sex trafficking, sexual assault, and then solicitation and distribution of illegal narcotics and firearms. So I think it's the illegal narcotics and firearms part.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there was a caveat to that. They've been pushing the whole sexual assault and sexual allegations, but it did have allegations of narcotics and firearms as well.
You know, they arrested his supposed drug mule, the white kid with drugs at the airport.
That's
right. Trying to run off somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, how deep does this rabbit hole go, man?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just thought you was nasty. You know what I'm saying?
Just thought he was diddling.
Now you pushing weight and
right.
You're selling arms and shit.
But it is unconfirmed whether Diddy is the one that they're actually trying to target. So keep that in mind.
True that.
If
like
he's not
kids.
he might not be just the focus of the investigation.
Oh, wow.
So
like it all comes down to, man, like, and when I was thinking even about the sexual allegations, I was like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why, bro? I mean, you rich already. Like, okay, you want to be nasty as hell. Why can't you just go hire and pay people just to be nasty as hell? Or why you got to be sex trafficking people and taking them across the line so you can watch them do whatever they're gonna do with people? Right. Like, how nasty do you have to be? Like, where you going with this? You know what I'm saying? So
maybe in his mind he was paying them to do all that shit, but it's still illegal. I mean, if you pay somebody, don't make it legal.
No, I'm just saying, but like, you know, just I don't get it. Like, I mean, I guess I ain't got that kind of money to be like that, but I'm just like, no, what does it stop, dog? Like, to the point, man, where you getting both your houses raided and all this and that, and all these people coming out, and you know, and I guess the point to where he's like leaning on guys and making them do shit they don't want to do. Like,
crazy.
Dudes ain't homosexual, but just gonna, you know, you making them do shit. Like, what are you doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be gay, there's a whole gay community that you can be with. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it's more to it than what it is, man. So it's just, I don't know, man. I'm just baffled by what's coming on. People getting thrown under the bus, names getting thrown out there. You know, and I don't want to push things that ain't true. Then I'll be on the next show, you know, bringing stuff back, you know, recanting stuff. So I just don't want to say no names, but y'all got the internet and y'all got Instagram and stuff. You see people's names popping up to where they in this tape and that tape, and they're making them do this and that. And 50 Cent ain't letting it ride on nobody. Nigga, 50 Cent just keeping the fire going, dog. He got pissed off when he tried to take him shopping that one time, man. He just So it's nuts, man. It's crazy.
So how do Cassie's and Lil Rod's lawsuits tie into this investigation? So everybody knows Cassie was an artist for him, was involved with Diddy, and Lil Rod was one of his producers on his last album. How does those investigations tie in all of this, Wanda?
Yeah, I mean, the more allegations and accusations that you have, the one with like Little Rod, and then the one with him groping him, and then there's another young lady who is 17,
Oh,
and
wow.
I think it's these ages that are actually getting putting him in the spotlight. Because the younger and younger you go, we all know that you can't be messing with children. So I think that is bringing more light to the situation. I get the rest of them more adults, but they're looking at their ages and is this illegal? You know, what's the ramifications for that? So the one about the gang rape of the 17-year-old, yeah, he supposedly was gang raped by him and two other.
A guy?
Oh, it was a female.
Oh,
that was a female.
Shit.
Oh, good. It was a female on this one.
This ain't Dwayne Martin and Will Smith.
Allegedly.
It's still not. It's still not okay.
Nah,
definitely,
not
but
at
all those claims I think did bring and put him in the limelight. So they started looking at, other things. And again, these ages are very concerning because these are children that we're dealing with.
And where there's smoke, there's fire. It's funny because I don't know if you ever got a chance to, but there's a good documentary out on Bill Cosby, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was done by a lot of Black professionals, doctors, psychologists, and stuff.
Yeah.
And they said the reason they made it was because they say, well, as Black people, we always give our celebrities the benefit of the doubt. It's always the first thing is, oh man, they trying to get him. Right. He's doing this and blah, blah, blah. And they said, we want to lay it out to you to show you what this man's been doing over his career. Mm-hmm. And they went from back when he first started out all the way to current on how he actually, this was his motif, drugging people and just being a sexual predator. And they laid it out and they said, we want to do it from our perspective so Black people to believe it. It's just like with the Puffy thing, we want to say, oh man, they coming after Puffy, but man, where there's smoke, there's fire, man. Like, God dang, bro, you got a lot of crazy stuff coming out. You know what I'm saying? So how can I not turn my head when you start talking about, like you said, 17-year-olds,
children,
kids like that? And wow. And that's somebody's daughter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, yeah, man, it's like, it's kind of hard to say this ain't going on now. And other people, celebrities, like, yeah, his parties used to get kind of wild, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. They even got LeBron caught up in it, man. I saw one where LeBron was like, ain't nothing like a Diddy party. I bet you he's regretting saying that shit. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And they keep playing it over and over. Like, man, was LeBron in on this? Like, was this dude like, like he's got that Epstein complex now?
Right.
Nobody want to be associated with his name because they gonna know, oh man, well shoot, you went to one of them damn parties.
Yeah, it's funny how, like, to me, these lawsuits that they brought up, right? It definitely, like you said, it ties everything together. But I mean, I think it makes it even worse, like when Diddy goes out there and he pays these people and settles out of court. Then if you're the feds, you like, there's probably some truth to this. Because if he wouldn't have paid out this money to this woman to avoid his name being, drugged through the mud and everything coming out in court, maybe he did do some of this. Let's look closer into the situation and see if there is fire with this smoke. So once you start paying people off to shut up, same thing with Trump. You start paying people off to shut up, they start looking closer at that because that means for some reason you want to hide something because you did something wrong. So if it weren't for these lawsuits that they brought up, do you think P Diddy would have just got away with this?
He was getting away with it.
Yeah, like I mean, it's been years. I mean, you got to understand, Cassie was 19. How old is she now? Like, I mean, she's older. I mean, she's 40. I mean, how many years has that passed?
Damn.
And you got all these young boys now that are grown men, and they're in their 40s or late 30s. So it's been a large time frame. People have to understand Homeland Security, for them to get involved.
Homeland Security.
Right. Then something's happening. I will say that. So it may not just be the lawsuits itself, but maybe that's generating some of the talk. They're probably, I mean, I'm assuming that they're looking and seeing everything that's happening. But for them to get involved in they know something. There's evidence somewhere.
Yeah, well, we got to even think about why Homeland Security is even made up. They weren't out until 9/11.
Yeah,
they were specifically made up for what their name is, Homeland Security, to basically what it was before 9/11. And the problem 9/11, the issue that they have is all our government agencies wouldn't coordinate with each other.
Right.
You know, so Homeland Security's put together so they can have a coordinated effort to protect the country. You know what I'm saying? So, like, man, they weren't even inventing. We was doing half this nasty shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They got to get involved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because we think you a threat to the country. Like,
Right.
what the hell are you doing, bro?
Narcotics and firearms.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But then
Yeah.
they got agencies that handle that.
Right.
You
right.
know, they got the ATF. That's all they do. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
do we know why Homeland Security is? We don't know. Like, there's a lot of stuff we don't know about this
That's
case
what
right
I'm
now.
saying. Is
Like,
this
why is Homeland? Is it the sex trafficking because you're between like countries or something?
It says there's a large movement for them to be involved. So if there's
What?
a large movement of narcotics and firearms and trafficking,
they got the
people,
FBI
like-
for that
and
though?
Yeah,
then
that
there's a
sound like-
lot going on for them to get involved. They're not some little, as we know,
Sounds
it's
like
Homeland
DEA
Security.
or ATF type things.
Right.
They
and
got
Homeland
DEA,
is-
they got DEA, they got
Yeah.
FBI. I mean, they got agencies to do that. So when you talk Homeland Security, we usually think terrorism. Like,
Right.
like there's an issue that's going to come that's going to threaten
they're
people
the
at a
threat to the
large
country,
scale
or you're doing
as
something
a
at
country.
Yeah, I think Tina said like yes to the sex trafficking because it's like the movement of people
Mhm.
across, I don't know, state lines or countries
International
or whatever.
lines. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, are you that involved to the point where they're calling Homeland Security because you're in an international ring?
Right.
And that could have brought attention to it.
You know what I'm saying?
They're kind of
Like-
keeping it a little on the hush, but I would
Yeah.
assume so.
Like you're in an international ring,
Mhm.
like that. I mean, that's just not like a cat that's just taking somebody to Alabama.
Yeah.
Are you moving people through Sweden and Africa and all kinds of places to the point where you're a national threat because we think you smuggling in terrorists?
Mhm.
And that's kind of what my head kind of goes with it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just,
Right.
and then again, why? Like, what are you doing, bro? Yeah, like you ain't okay that you probably the staple of 1990s R&B and hip hop, bro. Like you the staple. Like remember they made that joke, like, hey, well, you know what? Are you gonna stop listening to Puff Daddy's music? You can't.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that a little bit. We gonna
But
talk about
I'm just
that.
saying, but they
Uh-huh.
brought that up.
Yeah, we're
Right.
gonna talk about
You
that a
know?
little bit later too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying illegal activity had to occur on a federal level for them to be involved.
Yeah.
That we can definitely say because they
Yep.
wouldn't be involved if it wasn't.
But
Exactly.
you jumped a lot of federal level. You just didn't go like FBI,
No, you just went,
DEA.
whoop.
You
Yeah.
graduate to Homeland
Right.
Security.
You just
They
jump right on
overlook
up there.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with that being the case, like we don't know exactly what they were looking for, but there's a whole lot of allegations out there and rumors. So
Yeah.
what do y'all think are some of the things the feds were looking for when they raided his home?
Well, to me, all evidence, like, most of these ladies and the gentleman were saying that he's taping this stuff.
Yeah.
Like he has a fetish, right? So you would think, or at least I would think they're looking for tapes and videos or
He's
some
taping
type of
stuff.
electronic information in regards to showing, like, they're not just saying this, he has evidence of that because they were saying like he has a fetish. You'd go back and watch these videos. So I'm making the assumption that he has it tape recorded either on an iPad or on his personal computer, or we have so
Mhm.
many different devices. So I want to make an assumption that they were looking for some electronics and some video evidence in order to support what the allegations are.
And why are they looking for it? And I think it's more than just like his personal collection. Like, why would they go to these measures just if he was a guy that's recording and keeping these sex tapes? Why would they, if it's just him and he's keeping them, why would they raid both of his houses at once? I think that they got him tied to some type of sex ring to maybe where he was even soliciting and letting other pedophiles come in and look at that. Like,
Oh, like at
just-
Epstein. Oh, sure,
Yeah,
definitely.
just
right.
like that's the way they coming at him. Like, it's more than just him having a whole bunch of sex
Mhm.
tapes. Like, he probably, I hate to say, knock on wood, he probably got all kinds of people that are rolling in there that's allegedly messed with underage people. Robert
Mhm.
Kraft, you know what I'm saying? So Matt Gates, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, this
Right.
thing may go deeper than that because, like I said, the way they came at him, like I said, if it was just him with sex tapes, they could have sent the local police for that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They didn't have to send out the Homeland Security.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That's crucial.
Well, one thing that is crucial is that like button. I want you guys to make sure that you click on the like button. Make sure that you subscribe to Left-Wing Kingz and also share this on all of your social media platforms out there. All right. So I ain't heard nothing. Maybe I'm just lost here and I'm maybe disconnected from it. But at the beginning of this, it seemed like it was Where's Waldo with Diddy. Nobody knew where he
Mhm.
was or anything like that. So
All kinds of rumors.
since this all came out, has there been any type of reaction from Diddy? What has he said about the raids, if anything at all?
Yeah, he had a response. Well, first, he's had a response, and so has his lawyer. So in December, this is a little bit while back, Combs said, "I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth, whatever that may be." Moving forward, his lawyer came in and said, basically taking off a Trump's phrase, it's a witch hunt. So they're just utilizing him. I'm like, a witch hunt? What are they hunting for? Why would they pick Diddy of all the people to come after? I mean, come on, lawyer. But lawyers, they have to do what they do. But as far as Diddy, he's been laying low. Like, they don't even know where he really was at. He's had some sightings of him, but he's been real hush-hush and kind of real quiet about all the allegations. Maybe he has to be. I don't know. Now you have a federal case. Yeah, they might say you are not supposed to.
Don't go Trump on this.
Right. Like the lawyer speaking for him, saying basically,
you black, you gonna go to jail. Like they ain't gonna let you play golf and live in Mar-a-Lago, nigga.
Right.
You going to the pen, fool.
Right. So just be quiet. So the lawyer now is speaking for him based on the allegations and the civil lawsuits. So, I mean, it's federal. I mean, you go to jail for a very, very long time with a federal case. So he might be being told, hush, hush.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, we haven't really heard anything from his camp. But I mean, what do you say to that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I mean, you know, wow. I mean, I don't know. Like I say, man, I'm taking it back. I don't know what to say to all the allegations that they're having with him right now. Like, it's just, I'm honestly like trying to think of a way like where it could how could it be that he didn't do all of this and it's just being made up on him? Like, it's just, that's a lot to say somebody's making up this stuff for you and they're all collaborating. I mean, that's a lot.
Sounds like Trump situation, right?
Well,
so either they're both guilty or they're both innocent.
Oh, we know that. And let me tell you something, man. The word witch hunt, that it don't deserve what it's getting. Because coming now, people say witch hunt, you already lying. Like, it's already like, that's where that word, you say witch hunt, well, you're already in some bullshit. Because like the real Salem witch hunt was when people being wrongly accused. You know what I'm saying? That's really what really now
with
people
no information, no evidence.
No information, nothing. They were just
right.
And we know witches ain't real. So that's where that comes from. But
well, I'm not trying to get into the historical context of it, but I think my understanding of the Salem witch hunt, there was evidence. It just was bullshit evidence.
Yeah.
The girls were lying, acting like,
well, that's not evidence. That's lying. Right.
Well, that's lying, but it's evidence. I mean, somebody could go up on the stand and lie and say, I saw you rock, and they could be lying. It's still evidence that they use against you. I mean, I'm not trying to go down that rabbit hole.
I mean, and let's take, but to be a witch hunt, it would be some motive behind people lying. And what's the motive? Right. Like, I don't think Cassie had any motive just to lie. I mean, yeah, she got paid out of it. Of course, you could say that, but I think some real shit happened to her. That's why she got paid.
Right. Well, first of all, he settled, just to let people know, one day after the allegation. One day. That's it. It only took him a day.
Of all time.
Right. And all of a sudden, I want her to go on and have a great life. I'm sure you. Well,
please leave me alone is what he was saying.
Basically, like, I need you to be quiet, Ma. I need you to be quiet. What happened with you? We good. You're 40 something. Forget it. That was when you were 19. Come on now. Yeah. He was real quick to jump on that. Real quick to settle with her.
Yeah, man.
Real quick to. I'm gonna need you to be quiet.
It ain't looking good for the kid, man.
No,
it ain't.
Didn't even fight. For him. I would have fought.
It's looking real bad for him, to be truthful with you. So with that being said, you brought up a point earlier about people treating Diddy differently. Like, so will the public treat him differently? Because we know people tend to treat some people, let's say everyone, tend to treat people like R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, like differently. Are people going to treat P Diddy differently after this, regardless of the fact that he hasn't been convicted of anything yet?
Yeah, well, yeah, in the the public eye, he's already kind of been convicted, and that's just.
But that's not a conviction.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying?
He hasn't been. But I think that like he's never going to be looked at the same anymore. You know what I'm saying? Playing. It's just like R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. Like, whatever we say or whatever happens, Bill Cosby got out of prison, but nobody's still going to let him make it. You know what I'm saying? And, and I always say, here's the biggest crime of Bill Cosby's crime. I always tell people, and not to steal any shine from Diddy. It's not the fact that he did what he did, but he also sold us as America's dad. So when his stuff came out, it's like, out of everybody gonna be on some nasty shit, you are, dog. Popsicle Man. Come on, dog. I used to look at you when Fat Albert came on, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was just a whole different beast. Diddy, he's a rapper / entertainer, and and I think that even R. Kelly, we believe it or not, we give those guys some graces to do crazy stuff because we put them in a phase of a rock star. Not saying that they could go out and just take advantage of people, but if you hear some crazy sexual allegations and you say, okay, the dude's he's a rock star, he's an entertainer, he probably got all kinds of things going on. But when you go above and beyond, we almost don't even feel sorry for you. Like, come on, bro.
Right.
You P Diddy.
Yeah.
My thing is just the kid thing. Again,
Exactly.
as adults, like you said, you want to be a freak, be a freak. Like that is your business. I can't get on board with anybody just
that turns into a whole different thing. It
turns to a whole different conversation whether you have children or not. We know it's appropriate. That's why, teachers get crucified about doing certain things, right? Because you look up to these people. You have power. You are empowered to do the right thing. And so I think it just, has a totally different, you have a mind shift with these people. Because like you said, you want the best for them. We listen to their music. We want to think they're good, whatever good means. And then when you hear these type of allegations, and it's really disgusting, some of the things that we are hearing that's happened to these people. I mean, to me, now you're just a monster. Like, I don't see you as the same person I saw you before. I don't hear your music the same because I just see a pedophile running around, and I'm not going to support that.
Well, nobody cared about what R. Kelly was doing till they found out it was little girls and stuff or whatever, allegedly little boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when it turned. And and P Diddy, I mean, same thing. I mean, but kind of going to what we were saying, we're talking about music. You said that, like, will you stop listening to P Diddy's music? Like, some people say, well, I'm not gonna listen to R. Kelly anymore. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy him. I'm one that I hate what he did, but I like his music. I'm not gonna say that I don't like his music anymore. But I might not go to his concert if he come out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna make money. I'm not gonna get. He's not gonna get no money out of me. Yeah, I'll tell you that much. I'm not gonna support him in that way where I'm making him richer on what he thinks that he has done.
Yeah. But P Diddy, he kind of got a hold on the 90s hard, man. Like, you're not gonna listen to Mary J. Blige because he produced the whole first album.
Yeah, but that's a different artist, though. I mean,
you said saying, so he had something to do with a lot.
He got a lot of. I mean, a lot. I ain't listening.
And that money goes to him.
Yeah. I didn't listen to P Diddy's solo albums anyway up to this point. Like, I knew they were there, but I'm not a P Diddy musical fan like that. But I love Notorious Big. You know what I'm saying? I love Mary J. Blige, and we just started, Total.
Right.
A lot of people start naming that Diddy directly had their hands in their careers. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it ain't like you can say, well, some people say R. Kelly, I ain't gonna listen to R. Kelly's music no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because it was just only R. Kelly. And R. Kelly produced a lot of people, if you don't know.
Right.
So that's the thing. But like, P Diddy is kind of a hard argument to have because, like I say, ain't nobody gonna stop listening to Mary J. Blige. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And that what's the 411 album? That's him.
Yeah.
So
at the end of the day, man, praying for everybody who's involved with the situation, and I hope for the best for all the victims. And it's a hard situation, man. And even Diddy and his family, I keep y'all in my prayers too, that y'all can turn this around and do what's best for y'all and y'all's family. But another thing I want to talk about real quick, some comments we got from YouTube. We got Steve. What's up, Steve? Steve says, one thing about it, for the past 15 years, there's always been rumors of crazy stuff going on with Diddy. They said that he made Christopher Williams give him head to get on Uptown. So that's a rumor.
Damn.
And that would definitely be considered sexual harassment. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And then we got our girl Tina, of course, right here in the building. She says HSI, criminal investigators, or HSA, I think she means. Not sure. Also referred to as special agents, conduct criminal and civil investigations involving national security threats, terrorism, drug smuggling, child exploitation, human trafficking, illegal arms export, financial crimes, identity fraud, benefit fraud, commercial fraud, and more. So this is why Homeland Security is involved. So thank you for that, Tina. Then we got Carla Sizer jumping through. She says, good morning, Christina, J. Booker, and team. What's going on, Dr. Sizer? She said, did is in the name Diddy, which means this nigga did it. She didn't say that. I last part in. I don't think she said the nigga word like I do. And then Steve says, if they find that he was trafficking or having any type of inappropriate relationship with kids, he needs to be up under the jail.
There you go.
And Steve also said, I would have to stop listening to Mary J. Blige, his first two albums, Notorious Big, Jodeci, yeah. I'm not going to stop listening to his music. He produced too much. Yeah, exactly. That's a big ask, man. And,
yeah, that's a big
and damn, gonna tell you like this: I ain't stopped listening to R. Kelly, so you know, either way, I'm still gonna listen to the music. I don't gotta ride with you though.
Some of my babies are made on P Diddy music, like
exactly,
like that. You know, like Jodeci made a whole bunch of babies in the
hard.
90s, though.
That'd be hard.
Well, another baby that I want to talk about is the baby of Robert Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Oh, shoot.
So RFK Jr. is using his iconic family name and political connections to run for president as a member of the We the People Party. While Kennedy does offer voters an additional option with some alternative views, most think that his chances to win are slim and none. So, Walanda, given his third-party status, what are RFK Jr.'s chances of winning any electoral college votes, or even actually winning the presidency?
Well, let's just say historically, it doesn't look good for him. Okay, let's just say that no independent or third party has won an electoral vote in more than half a century. Wow. So if we're looking at a historical perspective, he don't have a chance. But do know that there's a Gallup poll that does state that 63% of the United States adults, they feel like there needs to be another option. They're not happy with Biden. They don't want Trump. So that's over 50% of people want a third party as far as capabilities. So just keep that in mind as well. But as far as historical perspective, he don't have a chance.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know people say they want another, you know, and everybody wants another option or whatever, and they want another choice or whatever, and I get that. You know what I'm saying? But the choices are in front of us, and I don't think RFK is an option to that. I don't, you know, I've heard some people talk, and they're getting caught up that we want to change. I hear you. That sounds good. There's ways to do that to make sense, and I don't think this is one of them. I mean, RFK's own family don't mess with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just, I mean, you know, everybody, you know, and I guarantee if we even had the third party, then people have problems with the third party. And they say, well, shit, we only got 3 choices now. We need a fourth choice. You know what I'm saying? I hear what they're saying. People aren't happy with the choices of Biden, and people aren't happy with the choices of Trump. I get that too. But those are the choices that are laid out of us. I want people to vote towards like what's better for them, like what makes sense for them. I don't see Robert F. Kennedy stand on anything it's almost like he's taking advantage of the situation. Hey, I got a good name. Kennedy resonates. He has some outlandish ideals that he's standing on. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't see him as an option of like, okay, you want a different option, but I'm not gonna vote for the guy just because he comes up. He's got a name that I recognize, but he's talking about crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna vote for that guy. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't. I can't get behind the guy, man. Some guys tried to stop me in front of Dollar General one day, man. Trying to get me to sign a petition to get him on the ballot, and I was like, nah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We're not there yet, but we'll talk about some of his policies. And actually, some of his policies, believe it or not, I was like, oh, okay, if he really stand for it. But then he just has this outlandish, controversial things that he says as well. But some of the policies, as we talk through them, I think some of them are kind of intriguing. Though, so after I researched that,
let's go ahead and go down that path. Then, what are his key policy positions?
So there's quite a few, but he wants to shift agricultural subsidies to encourage more sustainable things. So he's more into the, you know, he doesn't say like climate change is not a thing and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, okay,
he's in the environment.
He's into an environmentalist. Yeah. You know, he wants to transfer the police rather than defund. And I do want to clarify what defund means. People always think defunding is just taking away money from the police, but he wants to do more things on preventing violence, wants to have the police actually build relationships with the people that they're serving as well. And I was like, okay, I could definitely get on with that. Have more mental health police that are involved. And I was like, okay. More training for the police officers. So not necessarily taking funding away from them, but looking at police officers, like how they handle the community a little bit differently on there. So more like the escalation policies and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I mean, that don't sound crazy to me, but you know, and get mediation skills. He also wants to lower interest rates for student loans. So he's not saying necessarily I'm gonna get rid of your student loans, but I'm gonna make it where it's not to the point where people, you know, in their 50s and 60s are still paying off student debt. He also wants to make colleges have tuition rates that are more feasible for people as well. He's like, well, you wouldn't have this debt if your tuition wasn't so high, right? There's a combination of that. So he's looking at working with colleges and stuff. So I was like, again, something I could get behind. So more incentivizing universities to lower their tuitions. He also wants higher educational opportunities. So he was talking about doing more stuff with trades, not just pushing college on everybody, because we know that everybody's not meant to be college bound, and it's okay. A lot of them that are in trade industries, they make more money than people who have college degrees. And again, that's okay. So it's like, okay. He also advocates for labor groups organizing and negotiating fair wages. So he is a union person too. So he supports the blue collar worker. What else do we have? Banning corporate bailouts. He doesn't believe in that. He said, if you're going to bail out somebody, you should be bailing out people. Why do we constantly keep bailing out corporations? Again, that whole trickle down economics, it's not working for people. So he has a lot of democratic policies in nature. So as far as policy wise, I think he does. And he used to be aligned with the Democrats. So that does make sense on some of the things. He does want to cut some military expenses because he believes that there's some things that, as far as with the military, that we spend a lot of money. If you look at our budget, as far as our national budget, a lot of that is to the military. So he's looking at saving money that way. He also, let's see. Okay, so the craziness though, he has, of course, get to the crazy, right?
Get to the good part.
So he does claim autism is linked to vaccines. He is not for vaccines, but then he keeps backtracking, saying, well, I didn't say that. Yeah, he did. And he's part of the COVID conspiracy. The reason some of y'all just kept getting sick and spreading COVID is because you felt like, you shouldn't be taking your vaccinations. And he's one of those conspiracy theories. What else he said was crazy on here? Let me see. Most of his family said he was crazy in general, but the problem, sorry, it's really a lot of his family and stuff, because he's a humanitarian. He believes in the border crisis and stuff. The only thing they said about him is that no matter what he says, he truly believes. So when he goes on talking about vaccines and stuff like that is truly what he believes, whether it's crazy as what it is. He's one of those, if I say it, I truly believe that. And I'm going to push that information. But as far as policy wise, just as you heard me say, if you're in agreement with that, I didn't see anything that was really outlandish, but I do know he said outlandish things, and his family says that too. They're like, be careful with him. You know what I mean? Like, I love him. He's my family, but he's a little, on the crazy side, so which is a concern.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit.
Right.
Let's think about it. Like,
said he's dangerous for the country. So
yeah, let's think. There's another person had the same last name as somebody that told us that he was dangerous to the country. Nobody believed him. But I believed her, Mary Trump. You know what I'm saying? So let's think about it. Think about Robert F. Kennedy Jr., right? Goddamn, he's got probably the most powerful name in politics you could ever have, especially on the Democratic side. You know what I'm saying? Like he should actually be somebody who's actually like doing something, a senator, a congressman, something in politics, pretty much. He comes from a political family, and none of them want to deal with him. All of them think he's a kook. You know what I'm saying? To the point where this guy now he's running on a third party platform. Man, hell, we saw the Super Bowl commercial, man. You know what I'm saying? We saw that. Like, it's just, I just don't trust the guy. I just don't, because his family don't trust him.
Don't trust him.
You know what I'm saying? What? He ain't got no ordinary family. He has one of the, the Kennedys is damn near royalty in this country. You can't run on that, bruh. Yeah. And you trying to run for president? A lot of things you said were good, but that would be good if he was running for governor. You know what I'm saying? But you're running for president, bro. I mean, you got to be able to shake and move. And I think we've already seen, you got to be able to shake and move and understand the intricacies of the job. And I don't want Robert F. Kennedy sitting across from many world leaders representing America, man. I just don't want that at all. The COVID stuff, that's big, bro.
That's big.
That's big. You denying COVID still? Still denying vaccines? I got family members now that still doing that, denying vaccines. They be sitting up in the house when people talking about COVID and scared. I said, bro, you still living in 2020. Yeah. Get a damn vaccine. What are you talking about? Ain't nobody died from the vaccine yet, bro. You still scared of catching COVID? COVID's like the flu now. Right. If you got the vaccine. I don't know what's gonna happen if you ain't got the vaccine. No more. It's gonna tear you up like it was tearing up people. People died from that, bro. You want to take that risk? You still doing that?
Mm-hmm.
And this guy backs that. I mean, shoot, that's crazy enough for me. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know, man. My whole problem is this. I don't want it to be the flavor of the month. I'm trying to do something different. I'm casting the vote because I'm trying to be different. Politics don't work like that. You can actually put somebody who shouldn't be in office because of that. We've done that before. Like, if you want to stand by his policies and you're looking for him working on your stuff that governors can work on, cool, go vote for him. But the thing is, like, understand how important your vote is. We do only have two choices. You got several. You can vote for Trump, you can vote for Biden, you can vote for this jerk, or you cannot vote.
Yeah.
But anything that you do is going to affect the presidency one way or the other.
Exactly.
Right.
So make a decision, man, on what you're going to do. But then this, it would be good if we had a viable third party person that was running on something that we could get behind, that was running an election and really had something that was going on. Then yeah, let's talk third party. But we're talking about people that are just trying to take advantage of the situation. And that's what it feels like here. Hey, my name is Kennedy. Nobody likes Biden or Trump. I throw my name in there because I got Kennedy in it. I'm going that's what it feels like to me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, and I just don't, I want people just out there voting for this guy just because they want to be different. We got too many people that are like that right now, though, not understanding what the vote really counts for. They're just voting and doing things to be different. That's how we got Trump in office in the first damn place.
Exactly.
Voting, and the people still saying he's still an outsider. What are you talking about? He was a president. He ain't no outsider no more. He's an insider now. He's trying to get way inside. So, yeah, that's Robert F. Kennedy, man. I don't Jr. whatever. I don't get it. And I'm in love with the Kennedys, man. I thought the Kennedys,
and he knows that, but people love them. And he did. I did found two other ones that I was like, what in the world? He said mass shootings come from using prescription drugs. Yeah, that's where they come from. So if you use too many prescription drugs, you become a mass shooter. And that COVID was targeting specific race and giving other races immunity.
Yeah.
And I was like,
put it this way. Everybody got that family member in their family that y'all don't mess with. That y'all don't mess with. Like, he's that guy. Whoever's in your family and your family don't mess with, that's him. Like I said, out of anybody in the Kennedys, he could have probably ran for president. Like, Robert running for president? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Anybody getting behind that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and he said his family was behind him, and they went and interviewed like his like the grandkid, and they're like, I never said that.
Nah,
that is a no.
Not Uncle Robert, bro.
Right? They're like, this one, no, that's a no.
I
don't know why he's saying, So they went and recanted everything that he said, saying that people are riding with them. They're like, no, we're not. He has the name, and that's about it.
But what I want you to ride with is the like button. Ride with it, click it. Okay. Also, make sure that you subscribe to Left-Wing Kingz to see more content like this, and make sure that you share our content on all those social media platforms out there. So, to kind of align with what you guys were saying, we had Steve on YouTube. He said, I don't disagree with RFK's policies other than the anti-vax stuff. And he said it's also very telling when RFK's launched his political campaign and the rest of the family took a picture with Joe Biden. So that was something that you need to take into account, because like you said, I mean, if your own family don't trust you, why should anybody else?
Yeah, man.
And at the end of the day,
and a prominent political family at that.
Yeah, he's got some policies out there that, like Steve said, and I heard some things that Wanda said that weren't bad, but there's some other things out there that he's kind of, walking the crazy line. So do you think that the policies that he have will appeal more to Biden voters or Trump voters? Like, who will he steal votes from?
Yeah, man. I kind of saw an interview on CBS Mornings where they did this. They kind of had people standing around, and they basically asked them the question, like, if you don't vote for him, who you gonna vote for? And and most of them said Trump, and one lady said Biden, and I was like, wow, okay. But then they flipped and said, wow, that means he's stealing a lot of Trump voters. That's what they were saying. There's a lot of people that would have voted for Trump that's gonna vote for him. We don't know how it's gonna fall or how he's gonna affect the election, but we know he's gonna affect it one way or the other. But that's what I saw on the interview. That most people they ask, because and a lot of them is on that we just want something different. And I like the people when they say we don't want a career politician. People say that when they want to vote. They say, we don't want a career politician. Okay. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think experience counts for a lot. I mean, I want somebody who knows what the hell they're doing. And politics is one of those things too. Like, you got to know how to negotiate the Congress. You got to know how to go talk the talk and walk the walk. And most people, you don't like it. You know, like, you don't think it's fair, but I don't know what people think that somebody from the outside out of nowhere is going to come in and make a difference in Washington. Washington's been around for a long time. It's a lot of, and it's called politics for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But you got to know what the hell you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I always said that. I said, dude, you don't want to get rang up at the convenience store by the guy that don't know what the hell they doing, who just got there. That I don't want a person who's experienced at the convenience store. You know, I want the guy that don't know what the hell they doing. Come ring me up. You know, you don't even want that shit. No. You know what I'm saying? So why the hell do you want somebody who doesn't know anything or doesn't come off as a career politician? They let a lot of people sell that.
Right.
But politics is politics. You know, and you got to play the game. You know, you gotta know what you're doing up there. So I never got that. But that's a lot of the appeal, and that's why a lot of people that are for Trump are trying to vote for this guy. And like I said, and I saw it on that interview. Everybody asked, because Trump was just one person that said they would have voted for Biden.
And that's what they said too. They said it's actually going to hurt Trump more than it hurts Biden on there. So I thought that was real interesting as well. Maybe I don't know, maybe the controversial stuff. I don't know, because I think it kind of reminds them of Trump, but maybe a softer Trump, a Trump light. Is that what he is? I don't know, but it said that it was going to hurt Trump more so than Biden voters.
I think it's some people that will vote for Trump because they don't like Biden, but if they had another choice, they would vote for that guy. And I think that's what it's going for. Like, they don't want to vote for Trump. They see what we see with Trump. You know what I'm saying? But and a lot of people, they done talk to themselves, they done paint themselves in a circle. They've been talking shit for the last 8 years that now they can't even turn away from Trump because they supported him on all that stupid shit. And the most stupid stuff he does, they still sit in that corner. So they need a way out. And I think that Robert F. Kennedy's kind of the way they can say, well, I'm not voting for Biden, but I can get out of being under Trump. You know what I'm saying? Without having to vote for Biden.
Right. Yeah. And he's still very controversial. So he's just as wild as a Trumpster. Like I said, I call him like Trump light. Yeah. You know,
well, I mean, if he doesn't win, you know, could Kennedy get enough votes to change the outcome? Like, I know he could get votes, but maybe it's negligible. Like, it doesn't matter, like, if people voted for him, or maybe he gets a bunch of votes that he steals from Trump and helps Biden win. Like you said, like about independents.
Yeah.
Like, independents, you know, they pick the winner, you know, they kind of even the odds a little bit. And could it be that Kennedy voters are kind of like going to play the same game, or he's going to get enough votes to do that?
I think the independents can't affect it, and that's kind of what I'm pleading to, is that independent voter. You know, the guy that, you know, is kind of on the fence or whatever. Stop trying to make yourself seem smarter than everybody. I'm a smart guy. I'm gonna vote for this guy. I mean, your votes count. It's gonna swing the damn vote. Like, vote for the person that's gonna do the right thing. Now. You know, like I said, once again, they're independent voters. But yeah, those are the people that are going to make the decision on who the president is. But sometimes that so-called independent voter likes to be cute with it. Like, hey, I'm going to vote for this guy because he's different. He's out of it. But you're not even voting towards what your cause is. Like, what's going to be good for you? What's going to be good for the country? And I mean, maybe they think Robert F. Kennedy is going to be good for the country, but his family don't. You know what I'm saying? And that's first and foremost. Like, come on, man. But then, let's just don't be cute with your vote, man. Like, you know, make sense out of it. And I don't know, man. I just think that independent vote is gonna, you know, is gonna determine who the president is. And I think that this appeals to them, you know, a third party candidate. You know, and it can mess things up that way. And I'm not worried about the popular vote. I'm worried about the electoral vote.
Right.
You know, let's say he gets in there and he just muffles it up to where, you know, we lose Pennsylvania. We lose Michigan or something like that.
Yeah, because you're correct on that. It's like less than 1% for the popular vote, but where they'll impact is the electoral college. If they're going to impact, that's where it's going to be impacted at.
That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. So we got a few comments on YouTube I want to get to. So let's see. Steve on YouTube says, I still think it would have been better for the Democrats. Should have actually had a primary, and for him to be able to debate Biden, because what they did is they made it look like he was alienated, RFK, basically. So, and he said that RFK wouldn't have made it out of the primaries, and we wouldn't even be talking about him right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, good
Yep,
point.
exactly.
All right. So appreciate that input there, Steve. Now, somebody else who's in dire straits besides RFK not being able to be in the primaries is the island of Haiti. So the people in Haiti are going through some horrible things right now. Armed gangs have taken over the capital city of Port-au-Prince, and they're terrorizing the Haitian citizens. There are reports of mass killing, sexual violence, and other things that have led to a perpetual state of fear and confusion across the entire island. So, Wanda, what's the cause of this crisis going on in Haiti?
It's so sad. Well, corruption, impurity, poor governance, all of those things come to play. In 2021, they lost their president, then the prime minister took over for it was supposed to be temporary, trying to get their act together, their democratic process together. And gangs just came in and overhauled the whole situation. Gangs, like I think of gangs here and I'm like, wow, these are some serious things that are happening there. So they have more ammunition than the police. So they're overriding pretty much just stalking the poor population, kidnapping people, you name it. It's happening there in Haiti. Basically, their leader, I guess the gang leader's Barbecue is his name, and everybody's afraid of him. So now he's just running a wreck in Haiti. And for whatever reason, the police officers seem to like they can't get it under control, and there's still ammunition and things that are accessible to these gangs. That's what mind-boggling to me. I'm like, well, how do they get all these guns? Like they have more guns than the police. So something's happening there. They getting something somewhere, and somebody is giving it to them. It's getting into them.
They're getting funded.
So that's what's happening.
That's where politics
human
becomes
rights.
real. Like it's somebody who's getting them those resources and
right.
wanting things to be where they're wanting the turmoil and everything,
right.
so they can get whatever they need out of it. It always comes back to politics, one way, shape, or form. Like there ain't no gang just rose up and took over a government without having money,
resources,
and funding and guns, stuff like that to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, you just got to think about it, and I think a lot of people don't. So and we'll get into just like the socio-economical situation with Haiti, but the gangs broke people out of prison and took over the country.
Sure.
Can you believe that? There's some people you got kin to you right now. You don't want out of prison. You know what I'm saying? They just went and got them fools and just took over the country. You know what I'm saying? Politically. And we know how France did Haiti, and I don't know, we're probably getting into it here pretty soon here, how America treats Haiti, the whole 9 yards. But that's just unfathomed to even think about that. Like, out of everybody in the Caribbean, you ain't ever heard one person say, hey, man, I went to Haiti, man, to the resort, man, and hung out, and they're smack dab in the Caribbean, right on the other side of the Dominican Republic. Beautiful, beautiful country. I'm saying nobody's ever been to Haiti because Haiti's just off the chain.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. So with all of this happening with the gangs taking over, how is that impacting the local population?
People are being killed and injured.
Yeah.
I mean, every day they say they have up to, and mind you, most of the stuff's not reported anymore because you can't get information because nobody can be there. But they had over 4,451 killed and injured. Women are being raped. They're taking the kids and trying to force them to be gang members. And if they don't want to be a gang member, they just kill them. This is a humanitarian crisis for them. These people are starving. They have no food. They have no way of getting resources. But again, these gangs keep getting resources, but the people are just being, terrorized in their own communities. They don't come out.
Can you imagine it, man? Can you imagine, like, does Haiti, the whole country, look like the Carter on New Jack City? Just like,
basically,
damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, either you a participant or you a hostage. You a living hostage, man.
There you go. Make a choice.
Yeah, and that was the Nino Brown quote. You know what I'm saying? So
it's crazy how, like, to your point about the Carter, there's people. There are Haitian citizens right now who are like moving into like government buildings because they can't stay in their apartments or whatever. They have no place to go. Like the gangs just take over like whole areas like they did to the Carter. And these people, I saw one thing on one news station where there was like, it looked like about 100-something people like in a room, just laying on the floor. Just that's where they live now. That's where they had to move. I also saw one where a local citizen said that they suspected someone of being in the gang, so they took care of him. Like they had machetes and they chopped this fool up and killed him.
Wow!
And he was laying, not chopped him up, but they killed him with the machetes, and he's laying in the street. Police come, pick up his body, put it in
in their van and drive away because there's another body 2 blocks up that they got to go pick up. They aren't investigating nothing. They just picking up dead bodies and just rolling because, not even just gangs are killing people, citizens. So when you talk about the impact of citizens, they're like, well, I don't want these gangs taking over my neighborhood. There's citizens out there who think they're protecting their neighborhood and being vigilantes by like killing the gang members.
Ain't no police there, obviously.
Right. So they just trying to handle it themselves. So the local population is being impacted in multiple ways. And it's just like, it's a sad thing, man. Sad state of affairs.
Yeah, man. So
a lot of kidnappings and stuff and ransoms. And like, these people don't even have money. How are you going to kidnap somebody? They can't pay for the person. So they end up killing them because they don't have money. They don't have money to be paying for these people. That's why Americans, they're saying, don't go over there, which we just had a YouTuber go over there and he got kidnapped 24 hours from the time that he got there. Yeah. And he's kidnapped right now.
So, I mean, if we know about all the things that are happening in Haiti, like, rape, kidnapping, killings and everything, I know the Haitian people know, like, what can the country of Haiti do or what can any other countries do to help them with this situation?
To me, they need a multinational security mission. I don't know what that looks like. I don't deal with military, but I'm like, so United States, y'all watching this? And then you said like the Dominican Republic is right there. You have all these other countries, and I don't understand why they don't go in and form some type of militia to help these people, and they have before. Don't get me wrong. Like I know that U.S. has tried to help, Haiti, but I don't think they help or try to help Haiti the way they're trying to help Ukraine per se.
Well, yeah. Where's the UN at? Where's the UN? I mean, that's kind of what the UN does. Sad. They send peacemakers to situations to where it's a humanitarian situation to where the citizens are not being done. I mean, it's funny, and we can get into like the history of Haiti and the reason that ain't happening. But where's the UN at when it comes to here? Sean Penn is the only person I know that's been over there trying to get stuff going on in Haiti. And nothing on like Wyclef Jean, and I'm pretty sure he's involved because he's big on all that, man. But like, what's going on? Even when the refugees from Haiti, and we just had it recently where they were trying to come through the Mexican border, and they treated the Haitian refugees horrible.
Yep.
It's obviously a situation, but Haiti's been a situation. Yeah, this ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? America is supposed to. Well, America has what they call the Monroe Doctrine. It's supposed to protect all the countries from like foreign invaders. And we brought this up in our meeting this week. Let's say Russia or China had interest in going into Haiti and settling everything. Oh, we'd have a big problem with that. You know what I'm saying? And getting them set up and getting them structured because of the Monroe Doctrine. It'd damn near force us to go to war with them, like we almost went with Cuba, the Cuban Missile Crisis. Now, so why aren't we trying to fix that? Americans, what can we do to kind of do that? I mean, from America, but also just from a UN standpoint. Like, why can't we get assistance down there? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't they get help for the Haitian people? Because I'm pretty sure there's people living there. I mean, god dang, nobody want gangs running their country. Yeah, ain't nobody that damn gangster, man. That ain't cool at all.
I just find it interesting, not interesting, but I don't know. I maybe I just don't understand how a government that was established can just have gangs all of a sudden take over the whole country. It's not like they didn't have a government. Like what kind of government did they have in place where in a few days it just collapses and the police can't fight people? The government doesn't have any military to do anything. Like, it's crazy how they, weren't able to do anything to protect themselves. And what else is crazy is that you ain't clicked on that like button. Okay, I need you to click on that like button, hit subscribe, and also make sure that you share this content on all of your different social media platforms. So we kind of touched on this a little bit, but we didn't really go into the why. We talked about how the U.S. isn't helping. Why isn't the United States helping Haiti? But they're quick to help Ukraine and Israel.
I think competing priorities. What's the priority and why? Like, you got to think of what are they going to get? I'm sorry, we are opportunistic. So what are they getting from Haiti? What is Haiti able to provide them? I think United States looks at opportunity. So I think they're competing against priorities, first of all. And Haiti requires a sustained effort. And I don't know how much time United States willing to put into Haiti, because Haiti has helped with humanitarian crises before. But I think it's at the point where they feel like it's such a sustained situation that they don't want to put in the time and the resources, because they're probably thinking, what am I going to get?
So
I mean, that's how I feel. I feel like very opportunistic.
I hear your point, and I agree.
Right.
The one thing that I find is flawed with the United States thinking on that is, if there was a hurricane that hit Haiti, we quick to give them all kind of money to help them and all kind of shit. But now we don't want to give them no money, and now
there's
to your point, what's in it
for the United States? Well, obviously there had been corruption in the beginning, because there's police there. Like you said, they're going around picking up bodies. I mean, are they being paid off? Like, what are you doing really to help your people? Like, it's I don't know. I'm not in Haiti, but there's something fishy that's going on. And I think there's a lot of corruption. And how do you fix that? It does take time. You're going to have some type of political process that goes in. Some people have to go in. And I think it has to be a multi, national committee or something. It can't just be the United States. I think other people need to get involved in there. And why is nobody else speaking to? We're talking about just the United States, but the surrounding areas also are just letting Haiti, suffer. And why is that?
Yeah, I hear that. Let's just get down to the real though. Haiti's a black nation. You know what I'm saying? They won their independence. They're a black nation. They've been a black nation. France had their foot on them forever. Debt wise, they were never to be picked up. And on top of it, they've had some corruptions and some political things like every country had. You know what I'm saying? Just like they say, they get treated like they do the countries in Africa.
Yep.
It's skin hue. That's the problem. It's the color of the skin. Got nothing else to do with proximity. Look at proximity wise, Haiti's enough to be an issue. You know what I'm saying? It's like Puerto Rico or anything else. It's just that America doesn't make it a priority. That's why when you look at a Ukraine or you look at a Israel and you see they getting billions of dollars from America. And we can argue there's political interest. Yeah, we don't want Putin taking over Europe, and we don't want the Arabs to have a stronghold in the Middle East. So we got Israel there. So we want to make sure they're good. But you're talking about Haiti, which is way smaller, right in the area.
I think you're right. Why can't we? Just to add to that,
why can't we fix that?
But just to add to that, if Putin was trying to take over Haiti,
then we probably get interested.
We jump right on that.
Yeah, we jump right on that.
Because
don't give them ideas. Don't give them ideas. Stay over there.
I ain't got to give them an idea. I mean, they're probably looking at it the same way.
Right.
They just figured that even with the Cuban thing, it didn't work out. And
they tried.
They tried. So,
but it's collapsing within itself. Like Haiti is not going to last if nobody intervenes. These people are starving.
And somebody's going to step in.
Yeah.
Somebody, whether it's somebody from Haiti, whether it is somebody from Russia that Putin tries to step in, or China tries to step in.
Right.
If we don't, somebody's going to try to inject themselves into that situation so that it becomes a resource for them. Like you said, Walanda, like, hey, what resources do we have? Well, proximity to the United States is a resource that our enemies would love to have. That's why they try to get involved with Cuba. Like you said, if they could get close, like they would love that situation.
Yeah, and that's part of the problem with Ukraine. The problem with Ukraine is proximity.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why Putin is like, well, nah, I don't want you
too
cool
close
with NATO. I don't want you like, I'm gonna attack you. That's part of the problem. Well, the same thing here. Like if Putin went into Haiti and started to get friendly with him, and he's gonna be the same way. We're gonna be like, nah, bro, that's too close. You know what I'm saying? You can't have no ally just sitting on the other side of the Dominican Republic. That ain't gonna happen. So,
but they're not even having those conversations, and that's a geopolitical consideration they need to do. But you don't hear any of those talks. Like there's nothing. So I'm like, so y'all just gonna let them get there? You just gonna let China or Russia come, and then we're gonna do something like being very retroactive and not proactive to help the people that are suffering out there, because we all talk about we're humanitarian, we're a democracy, we're here to save the world. Well, here's our opportunity, and once again, we're nowhere to be found.
Well, I'm surprised they didn't put troops on the ground. Like when they found out that
they have done funny. Nothing. AOC, and I was not happy with her about that statement. Right. AOC had a statement that said, "Us sending military to Haiti is not going to help the situation." How? We supposed to it's okay with us sending military
We got military
We
around the
send
world
military
now.
everywhere for shit that happens. We send military into Iraq. We send military into Afghanistan. We give money to Ukraine and give them military weapons and shit like that. But Haiti, no. We ain't going in there. Why? AOC? I mean, I thought you was like supposed to be about the betterment of people and helping people, live in a better society. But you gonna let these people get raped and killed and all kind of shit and say sending our troops in there ain't gonna help the situation? Oh, it's gonna help the situation. They're gonna clear them gangs out if we send them in.
You don't think if they pulled up with a aircraft carrier on the coast of Haiti and they landed the Marines on that ain't gonna change things immediately?
Right.
You know
Immediately.
Ain't no gangs want them problems.
Right.
And they definitely don't want a problem with, all right, man, you know what I'm saying? You took over this area, we're gonna throw an airstrike over there.
Right.
Bomb it. Like you ain't even got to put troops on the ground, probably.
Yeah, you can send drones over there and just bomb out the places where they at.
Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like it's
and Haiti's not that big, y'all. Like Haiti's not a large, we're not looking at a large land mass here. So
yeah. But like I said, once again, and you hit the nail on the head, Wanda, we haven't found out what they're worth for us to have to do that.
Nope.
Like, I guarantee you, if they were sitting on a whole bunch of oil, we'd have been over there already.
Okay. Yeah. It's a tourist, we know that. Like it's very touristy and it's a beautiful place. And I don't know if it matches the money that they want, but they can go in and like I said, how are these gangs getting all the ammunition and all the supplies? Where is it coming from?
Yeah.
Who's supplying from? It's coming from somewhere.
Yeah. Might be coming from
somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe
I mean,
so can we stop
but
that?
You understand that's how the Cuban Revolution kind of happened. I mean, they weren't gangs; they were more political. But technically, they were gangs. They were civilian guys that decided, hey,
I'm gonna take over
the government, and they were getting funded by communists at the particular time. They just took on a thing of communism. We're saying gangs here, but we don't know if those dudes don't have a political agenda.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And Barbecue, the guy, or whatever he is, the head gang member, he used to be an officer. So he has tactical understanding. You know what I mean? So I'm like, who are you? Like, first, he's supposed to have been the good guy. And I don't know if the good guy turned bad guy or he really feels he still is the good guy. I don't know. But raping women and children, I'm sorry, that ain't good. Right.
He let out all the prisoners.
And letting out prisoners, exactly. Unless he let out prison for wrong. Right. Like you let them out. And then this is what they're terrorizing the people.
They turn that into a land of lawlessness on purpose.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, and who knows who the agenda? Like I said, that could be a Russian agenda, man.
And like you said earlier, it reminds me of Africa. Like they won't do nothing when there's genocide, lawlessness over in African countries. And to your point about resources, there are plenty of resources in Africa, right? But those resources are already owned by like the UK and places like that, like De Beers and all these jewelry companies that already own all the mineral rights. So the United States don't want to go over there and help them because they're like, we can't take the stuff from the UK. They already own all of the drilling and all of the shit.
Problem.
Yeah, and that's their problem. And they ain't doing nothing about it. So, I mean, color has a big part to play in it as well. But to your point earlier, in Africa, in Haiti, in a lot of other places that are democratic countries, the Monroe Doctrine should have been something that should have us acting immediately when democracy is threatened. So is the United States really a defender of democracy, or do we just pick and choose whoever the fuck we want to help with? Because I don't know. It don't sound like we defenders of democracy to me. What are y'all thoughts?
I think it depends on geopolitical considerations, domestic priorities. That's what I told you. I feel like United States is an opportunist. And I think if it's not our opportunity, then here we are. We can say what we want to.
I guess your answer to the question is no then. No. Because if it depends on
there's a dependence.
If it's like
a range of
factors, this, and this, then I defend democracy. Then you're not a defender of democracy.
Not a holistic one. I think it depends on range of factors. Yes.
Yeah, I think the further we got away from World War II, I think we used to have that threshold. We used to have that police state to where, okay, we're going to defend democracy. We fought wars over it. We went to Korea, we went to Vietnam based on that. You know what I'm saying? But I think that the further we got away from that, it's not about democracy no more. It's about resources, or it's about political agendas, like what makes sense politically. I even think right now, even with Israel, part of the reason we're mad at Israel is because they're kind of throwing us into something that we don't really want to be into because of who we are, and they're making it worse than it needs to be. Yeah, shout out to all the people that died in October the 7th, man. We're not trying to push their deaths out the way.
Nah.
But Israel is going in on Palestine And technically, Hamas is a gang that attacked Israel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to look
not
at
all
it.
the people, not all the people.
Not all the people. So,
Yeah.
that's, the gang went and did what they did. And okay, we understand y'all got to retaliate, but how long y'all going to retaliate
and retaliate against the right people, to her point.
Yeah.
I'm
not
fine
against
with that.
civilians, citizens that just ain't in the gang.
Right.
And I don't know. I mean, I'm not, math ain't my strongest thing, but 15, let's say 2,000 people compared to 30,000 people and counting.
Right.
And do you think that Hamas has 30,000 members?
No.
Right. And we have to think about it like this. We have to remember, like, we've been attacked. Like 9/11 for us, it's something we still remember to this day. But we didn't go, you know how I feel. We didn't go around bombing the countries like I said I would. I've been everybody dead now, but they didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? We went and targeted the people that, as far as the cause of that. That's my concern. It's like now we don't. Well, we did, but didn't, because we have people, that are here living, Muslim, Islam. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't go around just getting rid. Well, y'all got to go. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm afraid of everybody. You can't do that. That's just like saying every Palestinian is part of Hamas, and that's just not true. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying, like, yes, you do target the people that are guilty, but there's also some innocence here, and we have to remember that as well. We don't go around just killing kids and children that have no part of anything that has occurred, and they're slaughtering people. That's the concern.
We did the Iraq war, and it kind of did the same thing. We kind of just
kill
jumped in
everybody.
Iraq. Yeah, we did.
We killed a lot, but we didn't kill everybody. We didn't kill people here.
We had a whole war. It's called a whole war. We went to Iraq, and we went in there. I mean, we bombed the hell out of Baghdad. You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, it's just kind of far from our heads, but if you think about 9/11 when it hit, we went into Iraq and we told them completely up. But that's what we told.
We claimed that Iraq was
part of
the one that had the mass. We didn't claim that it was just a part, like ISIS,
right,
or whatever. Taliban.
We gave warning.
We hate Iraq. So that made sense to just. I guess maybe not sense, but I see why they just blew up Iraq.
We found no weapons of mass destruction. Now,
that's true.
We know. I mean, and Iraq kind of went into the same thing. These are the Bushes, and I've read a lot on the Bushes.
Yeah, the Bushes. Yeah.
They went in there to get them oil lines. We can say what they want to. That's why the Bushes don't say nothing about nobody. You never hear the Bushes talking about nothing.
They went.
The Bushes went and got what they needed to do. The Bushes are oil family, and they went in there and they got a lot of property. Halliburton and all of that stuff is owned, and Bushes and the Cheneys sit on those boards of trustees. So let's just be real about it. But that's what we're telling Israel. We made a mistake. We made a mistake doing that. We created ISIS-K and all them people, and all these people that are
right mad at us. Right.
And still to this day, we put Iran in power to be able to do things they're doing now because of what we did in that war, because we didn't do it now. You just went and you're killing all these people in Palestine. Guess what? Generations, you're going to feel this. You're never going to get over this. Not only that, now you've given Syria, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, everybody to keep bringing it to you. You know what I'm saying? Because of this one move that you made.
Right.
To find what? Hamas? And we're not Hezbollah, all of them guys over there. I mean, you still, and as this day, you creating terrorists day after day after day. When you killing these people, and hey, you're gonna always have issues.
And even if they're not terrorists, they gonna hate us.
And now we still gonna have to kind of back you in this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you ain't being smart, you ain't listening to us. Because hands down, if we say, hey, you know what, Israel, we ain't got nothing to do with you, man. All them countries go in on Israel today.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Today.
The reason why Israel does the things that they do is because we have their back.
Yeah.
And they know it.
They feel like they can just do whatever. And they don't even listen to us because they know we ain't going to stop supporting them. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Right. So like that bad kid just terrorizing everybody.
And
my mama coming to school.
Yeah.
And not knocking what happened in October the 7th. That's horrible. But it's gotta, something's gotta happen to the point where that makes some sense. You know what I'm saying? Really. So
yeah, man. So I mean, it's a horrible situation over there. Hopefully they get it rectified, man. I don't even know what the gangs want. I mean, maybe they just want to cause chaos and keep Haiti exactly how it is today.
No, I think it's a power grab.
But I mean, they got the power right now.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they going to like set up a new government? Right. Are they going to do anything? Are they just going to keep being lawless fools? And you know what I'm saying? I have not heard what their policy moving forward is. Like, we're doing this because we didn't like the prime minister who was stepped in as president. Okay, he gone. He left. He resigned. Now what? I don't know, but we gonna get to raping. You know, there ain't nothing else. They haven't said anything since that, and it doesn't seem like there's an end game to it. It just seems like a gang that has your corner, and they got this corner. This is my corner, and I'm just gonna keep it and sell drugs and do it. I'm not gonna do anything to better the corner. I'm not gonna do anything to improve upon the community. But this is my corner, and I'm gonna keep doing what I do. And that's all I see from them. It's like, now we got the country, so let's just keep being lawless and do whatever we want, you know, and we don't care about creating a new government or a better place for the people.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I haven't heard that side.
Yeah, I haven't either. But, you know, we got a few people online real quick. I want to shout out. Let's see here. Let's see. Steve said the problem is that there has been so much corruption and with aid to Haiti in the past. Like I said, they give them money for the hurricane, and I guess they just used it the wrong way. What they needed was infrastructure and housing. They should have had engineers going there and building them houses. We need to build an infrastructure in Haiti and help them with the proper education system. If we do those things, everything else will take care of itself whenever you have that type of poverty. Chaos is not going to be far behind. Then Steve also said, you guys are right. China has gone into Africa and is quite powerful now because they built infrastructure, schools, factories. They could do that with Haiti, and I'm pretty sure they're looking at it like this is next. Then we got K Zaggin. What's up, Carrie? He says a salute to y'all. And that is it, man. We are done for the day.
All righty.
So I want to thank everybody for joining us on all of the podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, you know, yada, 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 all those great places, YouTube, Facebook, all the other social media platforms out there. Tina, thank you for keeping us on point today. Appreciate you. My queen, Walanda, thank you so much for always adding your expertise and research to the game. And Ace, always thank you for your line of sight, your vision, and, you know, also all the gags and the funniness you bring to the conversation, man. So thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next week.